Really help, man. I told y'all when I makes videos, right? When I makes the videos on here, I always go back and run through them and listen to them, see where was we at. Cause I'm human. I'm only human. Phil Oakey. Okay. Born to make mistakes, right? Take time to see the wonders of these are the things, the things that dreams are made of. Hey, Chase Hughes knows this. I am no stranger. I know that rules are a bore. But just to keep you from danger, I am the law. Right? Photosynthesis and gravity, they are. NASA, David Rockefeller's ghost, and Chase Hughes. He can figure out if you're an egomaniac and if you want to take over and rule the world. Because I accidentally said Jesus was omniscient and omnipotent in that last video. Ah! His Freudian slipped. Meta, Gemini, tell them who we are. We're human beings. We're God created human beings. But they think I created God in my head to replace them as the great saviors of the world. We have satellites telling everybody what to do and keeping people safe from home invasion, rape, and okay, but who's to keep them safe from you, Mr. Claystermet? Man, you are a man in the Middle East chopping off your girl's clitorises so they don't enjoy sex and they just have your children and they hate you and tried to find ways to kill you by putting glass in your food. Do you understand? So this is the type of guy you're dealing with. Let's Chase Hughes, dude. He's a bad dude. He's a bad dude. He's got no good intentions whatsoever. He's not Randy Travis. I hear tell the road to hell. It's paved with good intentions, but mama, my intentions were the best. I'm fairly certain since the Koch brothers, George Soros, Susanna Martinez, and everybody associated with all the business shit of the WWE, fuck you, fuck me, Europa all the way, I'm pretty sure the little asshole knows who I am. I'm a sociopath. I'm psychotic. I have delusions of grandeur. But my life stories, I didn't even know it was there. His co-workers at Fort Huachuca had to come explain it to me. You need to go read this book. It's about you. Son of a bitch, it is. Well, Jesus was right then. Well, Jesus, thanks. Why didn't you tell me? Earl, I needed you to be innocent like a lamb. Oh, I put a lion in the lion's den. Now they're all lambs, and they're like, damn it, he's going to turn us into lamb chops. Well, hey, life's eternal, grace is infinite. When we die, we turn into the grass, and the antelope eat the grass. So therefore, humma pickle paya, buy my record first. Yeah, okay. Remember Eddie Murphy? Reggae. Killed white people, but buy my record first, right? Hey, Helter Skelter, look out, it's Charlie Manson. No, it's Chase Hughes. What's the difference? Not much. Left to right. People that chase down sociopaths and psychopaths have their tendencies. That's how they're so good at chasing them down and figuring them out. I didn't understand them at all. They had to come and explain this. And I was like, okay. I felt like poor Bobby with Jim taking his driver's test. You come to a yellow light. What do? Slow down. Okie doke. I'm like, what were they talking about here? What were they doing? We've had a virtual presence in your house the whole time. We've been studying everything you do. Your puberty was more difficult than it had to be because we're all perverts and you're not. Oh, that makes sense. Damn! Makes me feel so much better as a human being. The thing is, it's totally ruined my life. Okay? I would have been much more intelligent and less, oh my gosh, when am I going to have sex with Susie Gilson? I probably would have been able to wait because I wouldn't have had all these perverts in my thing. He's going to go for it. And it's in your mind. Because I didn't have that with her. When I first saw her, she was like, my blood run cold. My memory has just been sold. And so if we got together, I'd just been happy, not thought anything, just walk with her. Wants to walk you home. And then I would have been such a good boyfriend. She would have sit there and said, okay, win. Now, wait, what? I wasn't ready for this. Like happened to me with all the subsequent girlfriends after Susie, Yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah. No. It's 3 months. And mom and dad have been terrible trying to get to Casper. Hell no, I'm not going to Casper. Susie has big boobies and a nice body and big brown eyes and a sweet voice. And she gives me sex, and I like that too. And I've been using the condoms any way I can get them from the drugstore. And then I tried to go where we can just put it in and out, and now I'd have to use the condoms from the drugstore so I can feel how it really feels like and not wear a raincoat inside the shower. But no, we're not leaving. I'm staying here forever. I'm never leaving. She's cute. I like her. She's pretty. She's fun. She's romantic. She's a good kisser. And sex with her is wonderful. And she's got nice hooties. And I love to play with those too. Yeah, it would have happened. Oh, yeah. It would have. If they ask you and it's their idea, then it's a romance novel. If you try to ask them and it's your idea, then it's a porno. So sex always has to be her idea, romance novel. If it's your idea, it's a porno. Okay. So even if she asked you on the first night, it was a romance novel. One starry night in a little town in old Mexico, I found my love down by the sea where soft trade winds blow. She came into my arms, and as night screams, and I lost my heart to the girl with gardenias in her hair. And then she came my way, she smiled, and my heart started to sing. She came into my arms, and the night became a sweet magic thing. But I know one day I'll turn and suddenly she'll be there, and I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about this song. I don't have it on my MP3. I need to, though. Yeah. And I'll spend my life with the girl with gardenias in her hair. It's a really good tune, and I don't have it. That was one of my mom's favorites. My mom used to grab gardenias in San Antonio and put them in her hair on the way to school and wear them at school. Yeah, the gardenias, yeah. There's a lot of good things about San Antonio, Texas. Charles is just knuckle fuck. They have heavy girls. That's because they eat well, just like him. What's the difference? He should have been like, hey, man, these girls are well fed. They're a lot like me. This is my kind of town. I like full-figured Hispanic women. Me too, orale. Okay, he was just being stupid. He's shallow. I told you, he would have got his ass kicked if I went to the bar with the morons and didn't stay home with Patrick and watch doggy movies, right? And then one time they asked Charles, why are you getting so much fights and trouble and stuff in the bars? You think I'm going to stay home with the rest of the morons? It's like, okay, you don't know your wife is watching Disney movies Saturday night with your daughter. Hey, what are you two morons on the couch sitting there doing singing Under the Sea? Well, I like that song. Me too. That's why it's hotter. Under the water, everything's better. Down where it's wetter. Under the sea, under the Ariel. Somebody needs to pin that girl's fins to the floor. Right? You understand? And Charles don't do this. He ain't got the same personality that does. I'm the Lord. Yes, I did want the Suns to win the championship in '93. It was the year before my mom died. And she was real excited for the Suns and hoping they would win it. Took her a while to warm up to Charles. She thought he was kind of an ass. She really liked Kevin Johnson, though. And Mark West was her favorite. I met Mark West. He's my favorite, too. He was the most real, most down-to-earth. I don't know if I would have wanted to play for Paul Westphal in the NBA. He was so self-righteous, and all his Rush Limbaugh bullshit would have got on my nerves. I would be like, is Frank Clayton still coaching? I'd rather play for... How about Larry Brown? Larry Brown coaching anywhere? Larry Brown or Frank Clayton? I won't play for you, Brown. I heard he's a bigger asshole than Jack Ramsey. No. Pat Riley? No, I ain't going to try to hurt people so you can win. Nope, you're an asshole. Chuck Daly? Nope. Chuck Daly? Nope. There was only few players and coaches that I could coach for. For a little bit of integrity, sit there and go, okay, Earl, we'll do it your way because you are the best player on the planet. Thank you. And I make you a better person and a better player at the same time. Orale, okay, got it all. So Chase Hughes, he's playing. He's just, he's Nick Fleetwood and John McVay. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players, he's just another chip in the control birds. When I talked to Steve Jobs, you're the first circuit in the circuit board. In other words, Jennifer Lopez was the circuit board, and I was the first circuit. Now all we great thinkers and amazing sex gods and goddesses can help make the world Olympus. What about Odin Thor? No, Olympus is better. Well, because Brad Pitt plays. Well, Chris Hemsworth. Oh, that's right. Brad Pitt or Chris Hemsworth. I didn't think about that. If only won me this, Men in Black me that. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough choice. That's a very tough choice. Who do I want to get my vagina banged out by? Chris Hemsworth or Brad Pitt? I'm going to go all Deion Sanders on this one and say both. Carol. That's what Law told me was her fantasy. I went and read a Stupid Essence magazine, so I talked to her and I said, okay, baby girl, what's your fantasy? To have sex with two guys at the same time. Oh, that sure the fuck ain't gonna happen, right? I thought, I was gonna get like, you could take me to Las Vegas and we could go to Caesar's Palace and you could pretend to be Mark Antony and I could be Cleopatra. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like fun. I could act that. That would be cool. I could get down with that. I could work on my accent. Shit, I could play the role. Yeah, as long as or something like, I would like to go to the like Steffi, Renaissance stuff and that, so she could sit there and be Juliet, and I could be Romeo and get dressed up, put on the little tights, and look like Monroe on Spaceballs. You remember Monroe next door from Too Close for Comfort when he plays the narcoleptic prince that she had to marry, Vespa, right? No deodio, no nose job, right? And I could sit there and come up to Steffi and she could stand on a balcony and go, "What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east and Juliet is the sun. Now come unflower yourself for me and I will take your petals and spread them open wide." And I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just being ridiculous. I don't have that play committed to memory. I'm not a swab and deboner, mind rapist, mind fucker. And hi, I'm going to give you all kinds of fear and no solutions. I'm Barack Obama. You feel vulnerable? I'll keep you safe. Sign this contract. It's called the Patriot Act. Wait a minute. We already had that with Bush. Oh, you're right. I haven't had an original idea in my life. I just take all the ideas that were put out before me and use them to my advantage to have sex in the Lincoln bedroom with anybody I want. Is that Beyonce? I don't know. Don't ask, don't tell. Hey, you sound a lot like Clinton. Okay, all you Lyndon Baines Johnsons trying to sleep with all the women that slept with Jack Kennedy. Hey, Jack Kennedy slept out here, but Lyndon Baines Johnson didn't. But they got a library for him at a Texas college where you too can learn to be a trained consumer and be afraid of everything and have a solution for nothing. Lord's Prayer really works. All right, pretty cool. Yeah. As far as Chase Hughes, he must work for Chase Bank. Oh. Or the Hughes Corporation? Don't rock the boat, Bubby. Don't rock the boat. Okay.